You start with the dream, and I think it's pretty obvious that for dreamer, realist, critic, if I'm dreaming, I'm going to be saying, okay, what is my dream? At some point, where and when, I want to be able to do something or to not, it may not only be for my own behavior, it may be for others as well. And what capabilities are going to be necessary for that to happen and why and who will they be and what purpose. So I think the dream is pretty obvious. We want to be able to bring all those levels to that. Now, I think what happens when we go to realist is then we want to bring our focus to more specific levels. So realist is more about how, what, where, and when. So I'm actually, the dreamer, I'm going up to the top there to that level of purpose. And then I'm starting to come down in the realist. And the realist, my main focus is on, okay, how am I going to do this? What are we going to do? Where and when do we do it? And then the critic, I think, is important that I usually like to first focus the critic more on the plan rather than on the dream, because usually it's going to be more, how would I say, more productive. Because if the critic starts criticizing the identity or starts criticizing the purpose, that then it's another whole issue. It's no longer planning. Now you're in conflict. It's more like conflict resolution. Whereas the critic that's just going, is that good? Is the how good enough? Is the what good enough? And where and when is that going to work? So that's the way I would tend to think of it there. But what's important is that to really make sure that in the dream, I've got all of those levels. Because if I miss any of the levels, that's going to make the dream that much weaker, especially if the purpose level is missing.